I'm Theron, and this is Rachel Sorrell, my wife. We will have been married 60 years this coming June 23rd. We have 3 children. Donna, who works at the Delta Com in West Point as a carrier supervisor. And Theta, our middle daughter, is from Chattanooga, Tennessee. She works at Macaulay College for Boys, and her husband is retired. Then our 3rd child, the youngest, Stephen, after we retired, he assumed the ownership of the House of Flowers in Langdale. Now, like I said, we've been married almost 60 years. We moved after the 19 years back to Valley and opened a flower shop. I went into the flower business. I had trained in Florida before we left and worked 7 years in different flower shops for experience. And then she and I both worked and ran the flower shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And back then, it was nothing to work 12, 14 hours a day. But it takes a lot of things to work together 24 hours a day, and then go home together and still be together the rest of the time. The main thing is we worked together, and to work together without having any major problems is an accomplishment. And we did that for 35 years before we retired. And then after the 35 years, we were still together 24 hours a day. During the 35 years, during the 60 years rather, some of the things that all married people need to realize is it takes lots of patience and forgiveness and, of course, love to make a go of the marriage that you've committed yourself to. We've got 4 grandchildren. Kelly is married to Gator Williams. Jake Thompson lives in Opelika. Kelly lives in Fairfax. Jake lives in Opelika. Michael lives in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He attended school where his mother worked at Macaulay School. And then our youngest son is 11 years old.
Grandson.
Nicholas. You got a grandson, Nicholas. He's 11 years old. Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you how we met first. At that time, I was living in Shawmut and went to school at Shawmut. And our home was sort of between Shawmut and Lynette. And in the 7th grade, I decided I wanted to go to Lynette's school. So I changed schools and went to Lynette, and didn't meet him until I think the 10th grade, 10th and 11th. And he invited me one day to go to church with him, I think for a youth convention or something. And I went, and I enjoyed it, and didn't really enjoy going to my church too much anymore because I was nagged and bullied all the time because I was a Lynette girl, and everybody there in Shawmut was Valley High students. And so I enjoyed going to church with him. And then after church on Sunday nights and Wednesday nights, we'd all get together and play around the piano and sing, and that was one of my things I had been raised up to do. My father loved gospel music, and that's the way I was brought up. So I enjoyed going to church with him, and that was basically how we dated, was church and getting together with all of his relatives singing. And we were married then in 1950, as soon as I graduated from high school.
We weathered through a lot of things in our marriage, and like I said to start with, the 3 major important things in keeping a marriage together is a lot of patience and forgiveness and love.